Okay, so this is the central angle and arcs practice. So number one, we have arc NM, so that's a minor arc because we only have the 2 points. So there's 2 ways to connect points N and M. We can go the long way around through L, or we can go the short way. If they name it with just 2, that means we're going the short way. It's a minor arc. So here's our arc right here, NM. And for 1 through 10 here, we want to name the associated arc that's formed by that central angle, or if they give us the angle we want to find, or if they give us the angle, we want to find the arc that it makes. Okay, so if they give us the arc, we want to write the central angle. If they give us the angle, we want to find the arc. So this one is labeled as angle 1. So the associated angle, central angle for arc NM, minor arc NM, is going to be angle 1. Okay, we said don't worry about number 2. Okay, we just don't want to confuse you with 2, so we're going to skip it. All right, so down to 3, 4, and 5. Okay, again, we said to skip number 6, so don't worry about 6 either, or either though. So we have major arc DEF. So again, 2 ways to connect D and F, but we want to go the major arc, so it's more than half the circle, and we want to go through point E. So we're going to go through point E. Okay. So the central angle there is simply going to be this angle right here, which is angle DQF. Okay, DQF is our central angle, angle DQF. Okay, number 4, we have YW, so that's the minor arc. So we're just going the short way, shortest path along the circle between Y and W. And the central angle there is going to be this angle right here, which is angle YQW. Number 5, we have arc GIH. So it's a major arc because we got 3 points. And we're connecting G to H, but we want to go through point I. So here's G. We want to go all the way around to H through point I. So that angle right there is going to be this angle right here. So that's going to be angle GQH. Okay, GQH. We got 7 and 8. Okay, 7. KJ is the minor arc, so that's this arc right here. Okay, and that is going to be angle 1 is the central angle, this angle right here. Okay, number 8, angle 2 is this angle right here, so the arc is going to be HI. Okay, it's the shortest path between them, and it's less than half the circle, so it is a minor arc. So minor arc HI. 9 and 10. Okay, angle 1 is this angle right here. So the associated arc is going to be D. The minor arc, shortest path between D and E. Okay, I want to name the major arc for angle CQE. So angle CQE is this angle right here. Okay, could also be considered this angle. Could mean either side. Okay, but we want the major arc, so we want to go more than half the circle. So we're going to want to do the left half here. So CDE would work. So we want to connect point C and E, and we want to go through point D. That's the major arc. Okay. If we wanted the minor arc for angle CQE, okay, the minor arc would be straight from C to E, and we would call that C. Okay, so that would be minor, and this would be the major. Okay. Number 11, 12, 13, and 14. We can get them all on the screen here. Not really? Yeah, we can. Not really. We'll do 2 at a time. So TR is this length arc right here. This is arc TR. It's a minor arc, straight directly from TR, the shortest path along the circle. But we also have to, so in order to solve TR, the measure of TR, arc TR, we're going to need to find S. We have SR, and we're going to have to add it to arc TS. But we don't know what the measure of arc TS is yet. So what we can do is first thing we want to look for in these problems are half circles or full circles. So here we have a half circle. We know so there's a diameter, so we have a half circle here. Oops, I could draw a straight line. Okay, so we have a half circle, a semicircle. Okay, so this arc right here is a semicircle. So we know the measure of a semicircle is 180. So this distance here is 180. Okay, this distance, the measure of arc PT is 133. So arc PT, the measure of arc PT plus the measure of arc TS is going to be 180 because this whole thing is 180. So we do 180 minus 133, and we get 47. So this is 47. Therefore, we can add these two together to get the measure of arc TR. 47 plus 61. It's going to give us 108. So again, TR is going to be 108. 12, the measure of arc UVT. So we're connecting U and T, but we're going through V, so it's the major arc going around. Two ways we can approach this problem. One way is we look for a half circle, and we have a half circle. So here is a semicircle. Okay, so that arc right there is a semicircle, so it's going to be 180. Okay, we know WV is 51. The measure of arc WV is 51, so 180 minus 51 is going to give us 129. So we know the measure of the arc is going to be equal to the measure of the central angle. So we know the central angle here is 129. And then we have vertical angles. We have two diameters. So we have two straight lines across the x is our vertical angle. So those are congruent. So that's 129, which means this arc right here is going to be 129. So then to find the measure of UVT, we're going to do 129 plus 51 plus 129, which is 130 plus 130 is 260. So 258, 259, 309, 309. The other way we could have done this, okay, is we knew this one was 51, so we knew this central angle is 51. Vertical angle, so this is 51. So that means this is 51, and we could have done 360 minus 51, which would have been 300. Okay, so multiple ways we could do these problems. 13 and 14. Oops. Okay, 13 and 14. So we want to find the measure of angle HGI. So again, this could mean two different things. We're not sure entirely. It could be the small angle or the large angle. Let's just assume it's the small angle here. Well, we know if this arc JK is 60, that this central angle is 60. And if this arc HL is 150, the central angle is 150. Okay, and we can label the angle we're trying to find X. And we know all those central angles are going to add up to 360. 360 degrees in a circle. So X plus 50 plus 60 plus 50 plus 150 is going to equal 360. So X plus 250, 310 is going to equal 360. We subtract 310. We get X equals 50. So it's going to be 50 degrees. If they wanted the larger angle HGI, then it would simply be 310. 50 plus 60 plus 50 plus 150 would be 310. Okay, 14. We want the measure of angle RPS. So we know RPS. So we want this angle right here. We know that angle is equal to the measure of that angle is equal to the measure of angle QPT. So if we label them both x, okay, and this central angle is 55 because the arc is 55, we then could set up an equation to solve for the missing angles there. Okay, so x plus 55 plus x plus 115 is going to equal 360. So 2x plus 170 equals 360. Subtract 170, and we get 2x equals 190. Okay, divide both sides by 2, x equals 95. So these two angles are both 95. The simpler way we could have done it is 55 plus 115 is 170, 360 minus 170, and then divide by 2, which is essentially what we did, but we don't really have to write it out if we don't need to or want to. 15. Okay, 15. All right, the measure of arc WXU. That's going to be this one. Okay. So we want to, well, first we have let's do it this way. We have a semicircle here from U to X. So UTX, this is a semicircle. So that is 180. And then this piece here is 70. So measure of arc WXU is going to be 180 plus 70, which is 250. 16 and 17. Oh, look, we got them all on the same page here. Okay. 16, we have a semicircle. Okay, so that's going to add up to 180. So 70 plus 70 plus 4 plus 9x equals 180. So 70 and 70 is 140. 140 plus 4 is 144. Plus 9x equals 180. We subtract 144 from both sides. We get 9x equals 36. And then we divide both sides by 9. And we get x equals 4. Okay, all we're doing for these is solving for x. Okay, 17. We have vertical angles. So if that's 110, this is 110. Okay, and if that central angle is 110, then this arc right here is 110. So 16x minus 2 is going to equal 110. Add 2. 16x is going to equal 112. Divide by 16. X is going to equal 7. Okay. 18 and 19. Again, one thing we want to look for are half circles. Here we have a semicircle. Okay. So we know 115 plus 13x is going to equal 180. Subtract 115. We get 13x equals 65. Divide by 13. We get x equals 5. Right, 39, 52, 65. Yeah, 5. Here again, we have a half circle, a diameter, so we have a semicircle here. So 21x minus 3 plus 10x minus 3 equals 180. So we have 31x minus 6 equals 180. So we add 6. 31x equals 186. Divided by 31. And we get x equals 6. Okay. Number 20. Again, we have, this is just like number 17. Okay. So this arc right here goes along with the central angle. So this arc right here in red is going to be 111. So we know that 38x minus 3 is going to equal 11. So we add 3 to both sides. 111. Add 3 to both sides. 38x equals 114 divided by 38. And we get x equals 3. Okay, so 21, 22. So we want to find the arc. So we're going to have to find x first and then find the measure of the arc. Okay. So we want to find the measure of HFI, which is this angle right here. Okay. Oops. Okay. So we got to find x and plug it into 18x. These arcs right here tell us these two angles are congruent. So since those angles are congruent, their arcs are going to be congruent. So this one's going to be 27x. And we know the full circle is 360. So 27x plus 27x plus 18x is going to be 360. That's 54x plus 18x is 72x. And we divide by 72. We get x equals, let's see, 144, 288, so 5. X is 5. Here, EG is a diameter. Okay, anything, assume lines that appear to be diameters are actually diameters. Okay, so we want to find the measure of FG, which is this piece right here. We know that's going to be x plus 89. Okay, and again, here we have a semicircle though. Okay, so x plus 99 plus x plus 89 is going to equal 180. So we have 2x plus, that's 188 equals 180. Okay, that's not going to make any sense. What? Oh no, it's going to make sense. I was still thinking it was this one. So we didn't finish the first problem. That's why I'm throwing off here. 18 times, so we want to find the measure of angle HFI. So that's 18x. So that's 18 times 5, which is going to be 90. So the measure of angle HFI here is going to be 90. Okay. So over here, so it's fine. We get a negative x, negative 188. 188, we get 2x equals negative 8, divided by 2, x equals negative 4. We want the measure of the angle. So negative 4, the measure of arc FG. So we want arc FG, which is this one. So negative 4 plus 89 is going to give us 85. Right, on to the last page here. 23. You want to find the measure of angle XUY, which is this angle here. They're telling us that these two angles, central angles, are congruent. That means the two measures of their arcs are congruent. So if that's x plus 58, this one is also x plus 58. So we know a circle is 360 degrees. So x plus 58 plus x plus 58 plus x plus 103. And then minus 49x plus 3 equals 360. Combine like terms. Okay, that's 3x minus 49x. That's going to be negative 46x. Okay, then we have 58 and 58. That's going to be 116. 116 plus 103. 119, 219 plus 3 is 222. That's going to equal 360. Subtract 222 from both sides. We get negative 46x equals 138. Divide by negative 46. And that should give x is negative 3. Right? So negative 3 times 46. 18, 13. Yep. That was a little, yeah. So we want the measure of angle XUY. So we have negative 3 plus 103 is 100. So we know if this arc is 100, we know this is also going to be, that angle is also going to be 100. Okay. We want the measure of arc GD. Let me cancel all this off. Measure of arc GD. That's this arc right here. Okay. If this arc is x plus 133, we know this angle is x plus 133. Here we have vertical angle, so this is x plus 133. Okay, which means this arc is x plus 133. We know this arc is x plus 57. Right? So we know either if we want to look at the angles or the arcs, they're going to add up to 180. So x plus 57 plus x plus 133 is going to equal 180 degrees. It's a semicircle. So 2x, that's 190. Wait. 2x, 57, that's 140. Plus 50 is, 190. So 2x plus 190 equals 180. We subtract 190. And we get 2x equals negative 10. We divide by 2. We get x equals negative 5. We want to find the measure of GD, so we just want GD. So negative 5 plus 133 is going to be 128. Okay, 128. 25 and 26. Okay, so we want to find LK. Well, first let's start with x. Let's find x. So here's a semicircle. So x plus 71 plus x plus 111 is going to equal 180 because the semicircle is 180. So 2x, that's 182. Subtract 182. We get 2x equals negative 2. We divide both sides by 2. We get x equals negative 1. Okay, so we want to find LK, minor arc LK. It's right here. So negative 1 plus 111 is going to be 110. So the measure of arc LK is 110. Same thing here. We want to find BC. So again, we have a semicircle. So this is 28x minus 5. So semicircle here. So that'll add up to 180. 28x minus 5 plus 10x minus 5 equals 180. So that is 38x minus 10 equals 180. So that's going to be add 10. So 38x is going to equal 190. So I think that's going to be 5. Divide by 38. We get x equals 5. Yeah. So we get 5. want to find the length of arc BC. So that is 28 times 5 minus 5. 30 times 5 is 150. 150 minus 10 is 140. So we have 140 minus 5, which is 135. So the measure of arc BC is 135. If we put 5 in here, that's 50 minus 5 is 45. So we know we have the right answer. 27 and 28. 26 minutes. Okay, so this is the central angle for this arc. Okay, so we know 15x is going to equal 14x plus 6. Subtract 14x from both sides. We get x equals 6. If you want to find the measure of angle KLJ, so 15 times 6 is going to give us, right, 15 times 6 is going to give us 90. So it's going to be 90. Hopefully 14 times 6, that's 28 times 3, that's 84. 84 plus 6 is 90. I want to find the measure of angle TU. So again, arc TU, so that's 22x plus 3. This is also 22x plus 3. So here we have a semicircle. So 22x plus 3 plus 7x plus 3 is going to equal 180. So we have 29x plus 6 equals 180. Subtract 6 from both sides. 29x equals 174. Divide by 29. And you get x equals 6. Because 180 divided by 30 is 6. So if you have 29, you're going to have 6 more. So 180 minus 6, 774. So 6. Okay, we want to find the measure of arc TU. So arc TU is just simply this one right here. So 7 times 6 plus 3. 42 plus 3 is 45. 45. $29 and $30. That's the last two. Okay. Want the measure of angle RPT. Okay, we want to find x first, though. Okay, so if this arc is 110, this inside angle here is also going to be 110. Okay. So this is vertical, so this angle here is also going to be 110. So the measure of angle RPT is going to be 110. Didn't even need to find x there. Okay, we want to find CD. So we have to find x first. So this arc is 129x plus 1. This one's going to be 149x plus 1. Okay. So all 3 of these arcs are going to be the whole circle. So that's going to add up to 360. So 149x plus 80x plus 129x plus, 149x plus 1 plus 80x plus 129x plus 1 is going to equal 360. So combine like terms, we have 150 and 130 is 280. 360 minus 2, so it's 358. X plus 2 equals 360. We subtract 2. we get 358x equals 358. Divide by 358, and we get x. X equals 1. Okay, so we need to plug in. We need to find the measure of CD. So 129 times 1 plus 1 is 129 plus 1, which is 130. So the measure of arc CD is 130. Okay, so that is the arcs and central angles video. I mean, that's more than enough practice to be able to get those ones right on the test. So I'm happy with that, I guess. I hope you're happy too. Hope we're all happy.